in partnership in this effort. NBA and FIBA coming together to be in partnership in this effort. NBA and FIBA coming together, an incredible person and presence with friends from NBA and then from FIBA. We have the commissioner of NBA, Adam Silva, who has been always very strongly in support of this to happen. We have Masai Ujiri, whose presence, support has been very fundamental. And I want to finally say, with Basketball Africa League, it's like Africa as we know it. I want to compare it with the fact that Africa produces to be in partnership in this effort. NBA and FIBA coming together to be in partnership in this effort. A process where value is added to African talent. To be in partnership in this effort. NBA and FIBA coming together to be in partnership in this effort. NBA and FIBA coming together, an incredible person and presence with friends from NBA and then from FIBA. We have the commissioner of NBA, Adam Silva, who has been always very strongly in support of this to happen. We have Masai Ujiri, whose presence, support has been very fundamental. And I want to finally say, with Basketball Africa League, it's like Africa as we know it. I want to compare it with the fact that...
Thank you very much, and good evening, everybody. This partnership with NBA is very important for us. We have too many talents in Africa. And what's happened is all these talents, some of them are moving to Europe without playing in Africa. And some of them had no opportunity to play in Africa. This is the big problem. So with this partnership, we are going to develop our basketball in Africa. This is not just the competition. Okay? The Basketball Africa League is the visible part of the project. But behind the league, we have training of referees, training of coaches, training of our managers. All these are very important to put the basketball in a different level. This is why this partnership is very important. NBA is a big brand, and they have many things to teach us, and we are embracing this project with the expectation that we will have our basketball in another level. We expect that one day Africa, during Olympic Games or World Cup, can play for medals. This is our main objective. But before, we need to have this kind of competition to put our players to play in a different level, and then in 5-8 years, we believe that the level of our basketball will be better than today.
Just to say that as government of Rwanda, we are just honored to host this this basketball league Africa ball, and the logo unveiling for today. We are really honored to host this, and for me and for Rwanda, what we can say is that this is a confident, we are really confident, and this is a kind of additional trust given to Rwanda in recognition of all the achievements made so far in our development journey. So as you all know, we are currently hosting this Elite 16 Group H qualifiers for the BAL, and we really hope that our team, the Rwanda team, will really qualify. And this is also a confirmation, as you all heard about, that we are hosting the AfroBasket in 2021. It's also a confirmation that we really the trust which is given to Rwanda, we really make sure that as government of Rwanda and as Ministry of Sport, we really make sure that we hard work to make sure that everybody is satisfied. Thank you.
Saying that right now, if there are any plans for other African countries to be part of it, I'll take a stab at this, and then I'm gonna let Hannibal Manav, who is the president of FIBA Africa and also the chairman of the board of the Basketball Africa League. As you know, it's a partnership between the NBA and FIBA that we are extremely excited about. Just judging by what we've just witnessed, this is, for me, I think, a prelude to the great things to come. First of all, maybe I should have started with that by thanking all of you for your interest and for being here. We want to thank the minister here for hosting us in this incredible arena. As far as the Basketball Africa League, we, as you know, are going to launch the league with 12 teams. 6 of those 12 countries where the teams would come from have been predetermined. We talked about the cities where we'll be playing in Cairo, Dakar, Lagos, Luanda, Monastir and Rabat in Morocco, and then we're coming back here for the Final Four. The other 6, that's what we are actually here for, to have the last three that will come in. But I want to note that for these qualifiers that our partner FIBA have been organizing since mid-October, I think, there has been 35 teams that has registered to compete for the sixth spot. So I think, from a participation standpoint, there has been, I could say, 41 African countries, if you take the 6, and then the 35 who lined up to compete that have participated. I think that's more than 3/3 of the continent. We're very pleased with that. We're looking forward to, a very strong finish here, but really excited again for what I've seen here today.
And this is our main concern today. What we have in Africa is many of the national federations are not well organized. So what we are doing is many different actions in parallel, okay? The same time that we are playing the basketball league, the same time we have a special program to develop the national federations, okay? And as part of this partnership, some of the resources we are going to support the national federations. And basically, what is important for the national federation is to help them with better structure and to be professionalized. Sometimes we think that the problem is money. No, the problem is not money. The problem is organization. When you are organized, well organized, and then you have capacity to bring money to your business and to spend the money correctly. So this is what we are going to do internationally. Another hand is this. This competition is it will be our main competition in Africa. So also we have to protect our business. We cannot have forfeit here. We cannot have. So we are going to work with the National Federation to understand exactly what are their main concerns, and also to support the clubs to participate in the competition. But as I said before, all these programs, we need strong national federations. Second, we need also very strong local competition. The good thing in this is, we are from Tanzania, is for the first time a club from Tanzania is playing this in this level. Okay, this is for the first time, and which is very good. Now is our time to build a program with them, and as I said before, we have some resources to invest in some national federation to bring their level to the level that we wish. Otherwise, we will not play in a high level. So we are, in fact, very concentrated in this kind of support to our national federation, not only to the teams that are participating in this competition, but also other teams behind all of this.
That questions goes always to women. I don't know why. So, okay, what I can say on that is that already, as we are talking about partnership, we already have some partnership with FIBA and NBA, which are in existence right now. And they are supporting, we are trying to promote some schools, and those schools, they are both equal numbers in terms of boys and girls. But of course, at a certain point, we have just realized that from primary, secondary school, everything goes well. but when it comes to university, ladies or women, they drop out. So we are just focusing on that and make sure that, but at least they also continue as the man continues. At the same time, we will see how to focus on why we no longer having at a certain point we don't have so many clubs for women. So what I can confirm is that we are putting more effort as a ministry. We are working on it. It is something that we have already realized at a low age. We have boys and girls, but at a certain point the girls, the women are no longer there. So as a ministry, this is what I can say, that we are going to support it. We are trying to put more effort and bringing in more partnership, which are not only focusing on boys but also focusing on girls.
As you started your question, I really want to commend this team, especially the team from Kenya that did whatever it took to get here to show up for their game. And for me, that's the kind of passion that excites me about really the future of this league, that actually, you know, teams are hungry, and this has been a missing link in our basketball landscape, and you know, we're very excited along with our partner FIBA to see all this energy, you know, all those teams you're seeing, and seeing countries like, as you noted, Tanzania. And I remember in the group qualifiers for the southern region, there were 6 teams. I saw a team from Namibia, you know, Botswana, you know, all these teams, and 35 teams participating. That's a big thing. And also point to really building capacity with these federations. That's also a big part of the partnership, as Mr. Manabe says here, because this league, when you are able to keep talent on the ground, you know, certainly that's going to impact, you know, the local league, that's going to impact national team play. And I want to also salute the president of the Basketball Federation for South Sudan, Lual Deng. And these are the kind of also involvement that get us excited, because already he has all kinds of innovative ideas about how he is going to build a program there. And we're going to share these best practices with all the federations across the continent under the leadership of Anibal Manabe, the president of NBA, the president of FIBA Africa, and also Dr. Alphonse Billet, the Secretary General.
Basketball. One of the key pillars in FIBA is women in basketball. So we are also going to pay special attention to develop women in basketball. We are going to make different kinds of programs to train women referees, women coaches, to administrators, to try to have different kind of competitions with some incentive to the women to become. I am from Mozambique, and I'm proud that the women, the basketball in Mozambique is better than men. That time we started the program when I was president of the federation. I realized that time that because I was a player and I was Africa champion as a player. When I became president, I looked behind, I said that to win in men it will be much difficult. So what we did, we built a women program. This is why the women in Mozambique are better than men. You know what I mean better than men? They are the women players, the national team is better paid than the men team. So this is what, and we also in Africa, I have this kind of feeling that probably we can have a medal first in women than in men. So let's see what's going on, and we believe that if we invest in women, we will have opportunity to be in a different sense. So this is part of our program also.
I would just say that, first of all, we are extremely committed to the work we do on the continent. I think it starts there. We've been doing this for the better part of, even before we moved back to Open NBA Africa. We were part of that first Basketball Without Borders initiative in 2003. We've done work, whether it's in Senegal and other parts, in using the game and the experience that I was fortunate enough to have. I could see firsthand what sport could do, what an unbelievable tool basketball was as a tool for self-realization. And we've seen it work, over the years. We've replicated, the scenario, whether it's the chance I had, or Masai, or Joe Tomo, or other guys who've come through the continent, Dikembe, one of them. So we made sure that our strategy to grow the sport was solidly anchored in using basketball as a conduit, as a tool for development, self-development and then community development. When we opened the office in Johannesburg in 2010, our entire strategy was based on essentially how do we attract more young people to play our game. Not necessarily how do we find the next Dikembe or Hakim. We just wanted to increase participation. And we took full measure of the challenges with infrastructure, but also making sure that there were buy-in. So we spent pretty much the first 2 years just engaging. We were here, I remember we were just talking about it with Lowell in 2012. That's when we first met with His Excellency, to kind of lay the ground, start talking about our vision, because we know that in Africa, every country has a youth agenda, and we really feel that basketball can play a role beyond just, the benefits that happen on the court. So we took time to engage and to convince people. We didn't talk about the business because we felt like before you can talk about growing an NBA business, you have to make sure the sport is relevant. And we felt that our sport have been relevant for decades. We just had to come and shine a spotlight on it. We didn't come from day one talking about launching a professional league. We started step by step. First engaging, getting all that political buy-in, because that's what we did. We met with a lot of, sports ministers. I remember we had 5 priority countries: Nigeria, Angola, Senegal, South Africa, and Kenya. And we've met the authorities in all these countries. We particularly work on our partnership with His Excellency here, Paul Kagame, because we were always sold in his vision, and we saw the work that was being done in this country, and we felt that, there was an opportunity to partner to spread the message. And that's really what happened in a very organic way. He had attended many of our events in the US. I remember All-Star Weekend in 2011 was the first time, and then in 2012 in Orlando, then I believe in 2016 in Toronto, and then most recently in Charlotte. So we've cultivated a fan base, including heads of states, decision makers, same in the private sector. So there's just a momentum that's been building for over a decade. This is why I am extremely confident and comfortable to let you know that we are beyond prepared for anything. And look, I don't see politics, I see challenges. It's not just, and then I'm starting to appreciate better, the whole idea of separation, because at the end of the day, it's about growing an entire ecosystem. You are going to need the Minister of Sport. You are going to need the Minister of Finance. You're going to need the Minister of Youth. So I think for young people also, let's start thinking about politics in a different way, because somebody's got to do it, So otherwise, I'm talking to young people again. The same in the federation. We sit on the sideline and complain about, oh, these old timers who have been here since we were playing and nothing is moving. But are we getting involved? You know, we should start looking at, you know, politics and politicians as human beings who are trying to do their part, right, to grow society. If they're doing it the wrong way, we point it out, you know, and we change them and, you know, get involved, right? But at the end of the day, we are focused on building a world-class basketball property, and we are grateful to have, you know, friends and partners from different sectors, private and public, who are all excited about the whole thing. But at the end of the day, it's about seeing Africa, you know, on the global stage in a positive way.